is insane!
He's got Hulk Hogan in the air.
The crowd is losing their minds!
A royal suplex. Dirty Maga has lost it.
Someone is not happy right now! Cry! Cry a river, Maga!
New Breed is crushing all their heroes.
Oh, man. I probably shouldn't have played that intro. Somebody's going to be triggered by that. But welcome to New Breed Global Truth, where you are bound to be triggered. What is going on, everybody? We got some news to cover. What is happening? What is happening? I see y'all rolling in. Jason in the building. T Midas in the building. All right. I see Grace Hill in the house. All right. King Oz in the building. Y'all make sure y'all double tap the screen to get the likes up. When wrestling turns real, the Rajah Jackson beat down on a pro wrestler. Welcome to another thorough analysis. Y'all know we're going to get into the nitty gritty. Rajah Jackson being the son of Rampage Jackson. And, you know, I keep my ears to the fight world. You know, I look at slap boxing, MMA, boxing, women's boxing. I like street fighting, backyard brawls, all of it. You know, I just kind of keep my ears to that world. You know, in my spare time, I like to watch fights. And something came across my timeline that I want to cover. And there was a situation that transpired where Rajah Jackson lost his cool in the ring. And he body slammed either a pro or amateur. I believe these are amateur wrestlers, or they may be on some chitlin circuit. And after Rajah slammed him through the canvas, pretty much knocked him unconscious and hit him with about 20 blows after he was out. Now, a lot of people are going to try to make this a black or white thing. You can expect that. You can expect all the commentators to come out talking about black fatigue and how black people are animals and savages and they can't control themselves. Right? You're already actually hearing that. And I want to chime in on this, and I want to give a very balanced approach to what happened, as well as just let it be known. Look, every time somebody does something that is out of pocket, we, foundational Black Americans, do not have to take responsibility for it. All right, we don't have to wear that. We don't have to do that because that's what people want. And, you know, they want us to hold these people accountable for their actions when the law should be holding them accountable for their actions. In fact, Rajah hasn't even been arrested. You know, they saying that the LAPD is investigating the situation. They're investigating the situation, and who knows, maybe there's no charges pressed. But nonetheless, I think there's a few valuable lessons to be learned about this Rajah Jackson beatdown. I really do. And as I said before, this isn't a black or white thing. This is more about a respect thing. It's about a respect thing and learning how to communicate among your fellow men. Forget about race right now. You got to learn how to communicate among your fellow men, right? You got to understand boundaries. You got to understand how to give people their space, and you got to understand how you greet a person, all of these things. And I'm not going to ramble on too long. I'm going to give y'all the context of what happened and then show y'all what happened. Because, you know, often we get painted as a whole as some type of savages and animals when, in all honesty, ladies and gentlemen, these people don't represent everybody who does something wrong, doesn't represent the Black community. All right. Now let's go into what happened before we get into the heinous beating that took place in the ring. Somebody said 2 wrongs don't make a right. Well, I agree. But some of the things I'm going to say in this video, it may trigger you, it may piss you off, you may find it insensitive. But I'm okay with that. I'm known for saying things that come off as insensitive, but in actuality, it's just the truth. And I can't help it. It hurts not to tell the truth. It hurts not to say what needs to be said. You know, it is what it is. Now, for the person who says, bro, who cares about this? They both were wrong. It can go any way. Hey, listen, you care about it because you're watching it. Let's time your boy out for a few minutes. You know, let's let him sit in the corner for a few minutes and think about what he said. Right? That's what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about respect. Respect. Right? Respect. That's what it's about. Now, let's go into this look, because all over the social media streets, people are not showing what happened behind the scenes. You got a lot of individuals just showing what happened in the ring, right? So let's get to that. Let's see if we can get, all right. Let's go. Now, this is upon Rajah Jackson first meeting these amateur Chitlin circuit wrestlers. And first of all, I don't know why he was here to begin with, you know? But anyway, let's go.
Yeah, I remember that. He's my favorite wrestler because of that. He beat the fuck out of him. Yeah. Where's the real McKill at? Where's he at?
You don't need to worry about him. You need to be worried about Psycho Stu.
Psycho Stu?
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, I think that's a little... Oh, you don't show it?
This is when he realized he didn't fucked up. So at this moment, there was a violation. At this moment, there was a violation. Listen, Brody, you know, I know that these wrestlers, they always in character. They think it's fun and games. You know, they always cosplaying like tough guys all the time. They don't understand personal space. And, you know, I'm an advocate for keep your hands to yourself. And, you know, he hit him with a can. Perhaps it was a prop can. Perhaps it wasn't. I don't know, because it looked like he was drinking out of that can. I don't know. Nonetheless, keep your hands to yourself, because you never know what's going on in somebody's mind. And I say that for the safety of anyone. Yeah, I say that for the safety of anyone who think that they should put their hands on another person, especially upon meeting that individual. How many of y'all agree with that? Is that a fair assessment right there? Now, I'm not, listen, in no shape or form am I condoning the behavior of Rajah. I'm just simply saying, you never know how somebody is wired. You never know what may be going through somebody's mind. You never know what happens when you cross those physical boundaries with certain individuals. That's all I'm saying. And I would say the same thing if the shoe was on the other foot. Yeah, Rajah ain't locked up, so I don't know why y'all saying free Rajah. There's a lot of people protesting online to have him arrested, which he may very well be at the end of all this. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I think that in America in general, we have to learn respect because we're living in a very tense time in history. You know, we're living in a very tense time in history. So I think, keeping your hands to yourself is very important. Now, mind you, they could have been testing Roger to see what his professionalism levels are when it comes to being involved with amateur wrestling or pro wrestling. But I don't think that's the way you do it. Because a real professionals would give some script before they go into. Look, he's going to hit you in the head with a can. So, you can't catch, I'm going to just tell you like this, you can't catch black folks off guard like that. Physical boundaries, you just can't. Listen, a big white tee guy just hitting a brother off through the peripherals out of nowhere. Look, I don't think that's a good idea. You have to put that in paper. Like, look, when you pull up, we're going to slap you with a can. We're going to bring the cameras around. It's going to be this whole thing. Y'all going to have this beef. You got to put the script out there. That, to me, that's professionalism. To me, that's professionalism. But I don't know. Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm only here to do my thorough analysis. It's up to you, the people, to decide what y'all think about all of this. Let me see. Somebody says, keep your hands to yourself. I don't care what you heard about a person. He can't fight. He's scared. You never know. Right? Agreed.
He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
You're good.
Said he's not a worker, bro. Calm down. Like, he don't work for this company. I don't know, man. That look in that guy's eyes, man. He looked like he got some animosity for real. Like, you just hit me with a can. Anyway, let's go.
What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it?
Dude, he's not a fucking worker, bro.
What the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro.
Oh, sorry.
No, I will fuck him
we're
up,
good.
bro.
I know you will.
No.
We're good.
I ain't gonna lie. The boy look a little tipsy, too. What y'all think, man? It looked like he really was sipping on them Budweisers, and he might have had one too many. I don't know. Yeah, why nobody saying nothing about this part? Why New Breed Global Truth got to get on here and really acknowledge thoroughly the whole situation? That's why y'all got to double tap the screen to get the likes up. Let's go. Let's get to it. People always want to cover these stories very one-sided. Anyway, let's go.
I will fuck him up, bro. I don't play that shit.
Sorry about that.
Nah, I will fuck him up, bro.
I know you will. I got you.
I do not play that shit at all.
Nah, I got you. You good. Apologize for that, man. We can fix that. You hear me?
Yeah.
Tracy. So what are you going? Good, dude.
Nah, fuck that, dude.
No, soy tú poquito, cámara el pie. I don't know why. Sorry about that, dude.
Hold on. Did he say he had a few beers? Hold on. Let me hear this.
I don't play that shit.
Sorry about that, dude.
Nah, I will fuck him up, bro.
I know you will. So I got you.
I do not play that shit at all.
Nah, I got you. You good.
You
Apologize
say I know you will. Okay.
for that, man. We can fix that. You hear me?
Yeah.
Tracy. So what are you going? Good, dude.
Nah, fuck that, dude.
No, soy tú poquito, cámara el pie. I don't know why. Sorry about that, dude. He always think that we're working over here like it's part of the fucking storyline.
See, he said, he always think we working. It's part of the storyline. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like old boy is letting that cool off.
What kind of homo thug shit?
Rampage. That's how we
No, bro.
Go ahead, Stu. This is out there. Because he always think it's a work, dude.
No, he's already hot, bro.
Good.
Huh? Oh, on the left side.
Stu. Now, dude. There you go.
Oh, can you put that down first? Like, seriously.
No. That's for me.
I know it's for you, but we're trying to solve something right now. You know, we don't want no heat. We don't want no problem.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool now, but you know what I'm saying?
You know?
And see, he said he cool now. Don't want no heat. Don't want no problems. That's an agreement to calm down. That's an agreement to calm down. That means, look, you don't want no problems. Once you say you cool, even though we didn't see no handshake, but once you say, yo, I'm cool on this situation, then what happens next is either you should have just left or you should have just left it all behind you. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Straight up.
Just want to make sure everything's okay. He knows he fucked up. He's trying to apologize and stuff.
Yeah, you think it's part of the, you know.
We just don't want no problem. You know, if we are apologizing, we're sorry.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, the wrestlers be in character, man.
Let me draw mine on real quick. I get the sweat, but that's some real shit.
Oh, you got it.
Apologies. Get out of hand sometimes, you know, working and stuff for wrestling stuff. So, he's very smart. So I understand where you're coming from. I'm a little hot right now, so let's go ahead.
You know what's
chill.
a good thing about this? Now I can make it something. Because I'm going to have you run in and fuck that motherfucker up in the mat.
You know
You
what I'm
ready for that?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Talk to the president.
Yeah, if you can do that for me, I'll be cool. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that.
And that's why, you know, in life, man, especially amongst men, amongst everyone, you just gotta have respect. You gotta have respect. You just can't do what you want to do. You know, you gotta be very aware of who you cross, because you just don't know who you dealing with. That's what my take is on this. And I mean, I don't condone anything that Roger did. I mean, when y'all see this slam, which I'm gonna have it blurred out, but the man was knocked out. He was knocked out off of the slam. So, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I see some interesting comments. Someone says the YT community excuse the YT dude smashing a can because he said sorry, but it didn't seem genuine. You know, it didn't really seem genuine. It seemed more like he didn't want to get beat down right then and there. That's what it seemed like. But nonetheless, you know, they be in character. These wrestlers be in character, and it's like he's trying to keep the tension built up so it can make an interesting night.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have him run in on your shit in your match to fucking seal that.
Yeah. Hey, yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. Hey, it's gonna all work out. Dude.
Yeah, as long as I can do that. Yeah.
It's all gonna work out.
All right, bet.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We good.
I got you.
What's your name again?
Raja.
What's that?
Raja.
Raja?
Mhm.
Joe, man.
Nice
Nice to meet you.
Okay. Hey, set it up where who's gonna come in and put him
Yeah,
down.
I'm straight. No, you good, bro. You good. Straight. Yeah.
Right on, those. Oh, make sure he get it.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know. I just thought you were working.
No, he's apologetic. He said the camera's there.
We're gonna work it out. Well,
Nah, man. Nah, Raj out of pocket. He wouldn't even shake the man's hand. He wouldn't shake the man's hand. He wouldn't shake his hand. That should have showed you right there. They shouldn't even have been in the ring together at all.
gonna come out on your matches. I know you keep thinking we're working. We're always working.
I get it.
Always
I get it now. Now
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're always working. So we'll set it up. I'll have him come out during your match so we can fucking seal the whole thing and we'll make something out of it. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Well, now you just involved fucking Rampage himself because that's his boy.
No, he can handle it.
Yeah, I can handle myself. Yeah, I can handle myself.
Rampage's gonna come whoop your ass.
You don't need his dad. He handle his own shit.
Yeah, I got my own shit. Yeah.
Take him around, those.
Y'all wanna go chill out over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just heat.
Yeah. Then you have that help spot, right?
Like helping you do the opposite of the Justice League. Fucking brand new, fresh brand new. I thought part of it. I wasn't swing.
No. What he thought was he was a pro.
I understand.
Yeah. Another thing is, even when we are working like that, you don't fucking, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so,
And see, this dude kind of instigating a little bit. Old boy already apologized. You know what I'm saying? It kind of is what it is. He saw the camera. He thought they was in character. But let's go.
you don't. He's a fucking idiot. Hey. So when you run in on his shit, you fucking give him his receipt. Remember what a receipt is? Give him that fucking receipt. Don't tag his shit.
Nah, man, no. Why you tell him that, bro? And then King Connect says that on top of that, Roger's chat was pretty much trying to get him to go in too. You know, they were peer pressuring him. And then you got this guy here like, yo, give him his receipt, man. Give him his lick back. When y'all get in the ring, do, you know, cause some type of bodily harm. Yeah, they gassed him up, man. You know, that all of this, you know, the LAPD need to put all this into consideration. I know they under, you know what I'm saying, they investigating the whole scenario, but you know, one thing about it, man, you don't beat on a man while he unconscious, bro, in no professional wrestling ring. You don't do that. You should have left, because I don't know, man. We from a different time. Once a man is knocked out, let's say he gave him that slam and it just knocked him out. You got your lick back. You knocked him out with a slam. But to just be welling on him like that, that's out of pocket, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's out of pocket. Let's go.
They got a fucking problem with it, I'll fucking run out there. Tag his shit.
He said, if they got a problem with it, I'll run out of there. Now keep in mind, Roger's young. He has an ego. He's not even knowledgeable about this world that he's in right now. He's not knowledgeable about this wrestling world he's in right now. And he's being gassed up. See, this is just, 20 times, man. Yeah, this is wild. Tuesday, Blackwell says they set him up. Yeah, in a way they did. Yeah, and that's true, King. He never ran out there. He never ran out there when it went down. Matter of fact, everybody watched it happen. There was only a couple wrestlers who really stopped it. For real.
I'll get it to hey. As long as I get my lick back, I'm straight.
He says, as long as he get his lick back. You know, hey, listen, this wrestler right here is on camera telling him to get his lick back. Is he going to be under investigation? Is the LAPD going to get the cowboy under investigation? Yeah, somebody said, Bree, he let that chat get to him. Wow. Somebody said he getting more hate than a dude who off 10 black people at a grocery store. Yeah, he is. He's getting a whole lot of hate, man. They running this one into the ground. The fight world is reacting, but there is one respected fighter that had an interesting take on all of this, and I'm gonna go to it. I'm gonna go to the one fighter who said something very interesting, and it's RVD, man, Rob Van Dam. He said he see both sides, and a lot of Middle America wasn't happy with Rob Van Dam saying that.
I'm straight.
Where's Bear at?
Where's Rikishi?
He'll be here a little later.
Okay.
He's on the way. Hey, this is Roger Rampage and son.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, what's up, man? I see you on TV.
Oh, yeah.
You too? Nice to meet you.
Let Bear know.
Yeah, man, it's something about that bruised ego. Something about that bruised ego. Now, there's a respect factor that was crossed, you know, but I get it. That he did too damn much, bro. Now I'm gonna go to a blurred version of what took place when they actually got in the ring. So now that you got the context of what happened pre-fight, we're gonna get to it. Let me see if I can find a clean version of this. And then it's sad because what he did pretty much threw his life away and in seconds. He threw his life away in seconds. I see people really speaking up on this. Let's see here. One moment, y'all. My bad. I thought I had this in the queue. We're gonna get the clean version here in a momentarily.
Remember the guy that you saw coming in? Let him know. Here, I'll tell him right now. Hey, there. I didn't know that I cleared it with Reno to have him back there, so he crashed inside. So, Reno said let him have VIP as an apology.
The thing about it, the VIP is the red bench, which is already full.
Well, can they get any seating that's close to the front? That's
Yes,
sort of
if
like
it's open.
VIP?
If it's open.
All right, let's go find some for you.
All right, so I don't see too many clean versions here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stop and go because it was pretty heinous. But I do have a video showing what Roger did afterwards. Okay, I did find a clean version. Here we go. Let's get to that. So
just supposed to body slam the guy in front of him and pull some of his punches. Since he slams him down and instantly knocks out the guy, and instead of pulling his punches, he just starts knocking him out, throwing haymakers nonstop until the guy starts bleeding. And you can see the wrestlers behind, they're shocked. I'm not too sure whether this is part of the entertainment. Look at the guy at the back. They just all start coming up, grabbing him, pulling him away from the knocked out wrestler. You can see it's like bleeding from the corner of his head. Yeah, so it's a really shocking scene to see.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, this just goes to show what can happen to a bruised ego. This goes to show that you got to have respect for people too. You got to be careful what you do. But I mean, you know, in that setting, that wrestler apologized. Yeah, he had no control over his emotions. You know, we don't condone this kind of stuff, man. I know it might have triggered y'all earlier seeing a Hulk Hogan, intro, but we do not condone this type of behavior. You know, he was wrong in this situation. Although he went too far, you know, we don't want the man's life to be thrown away in a matter of seconds like that, but it may come to that. What say y'all? Looking at the whole situation, looking at the whole scenario, what should happen? Because they're talking about hitting him with attempted murder. Is it attempted murder or is it temporary insanity? Is it a double standard? Is it, if the shoe was on the other foot, would it be the other guy would be getting, you know, mental health evaluations, and the media would have said, you know, this person just needs their mental health checked out? What y'all think? I mean, because when he hit that mat, he was out. He was out when he hit that mat.
Until the guy starts bleeding. And you can see the wrestlers behind, they're shocked. I'm not too sure whether this is part of the entertainment. Look at the guy at the back. They just all start coming up, grabbing him, pulling him away from the knocked out wrestler. You can see it's like bleeding from the corner of his head. Yeah, so it's a really shocking scene to see. Yeah, they had to crowd him and pin him into the corner just to stop him. And it seems like the only reason why he went all out on the wrestler was because the same wrestler made fun of him earlier on.
And shit.
I want you to see this part after he did what he did.
He was tired of everyone treating him like shit.
Everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit.
So I guess, you know, that there's a lot of footage that was going on behind the scenes where, you know, he felt like he was being disrespected and he just lost it. He just lost it. I mean, listen, that's why you got to remove yourself from these situations.
I'm no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro. Real shit.
Now, Raja is banned on kick, but it seems like the kick ban might be the least of his worries, as he was later told that the wrestler he had attacked had just flatlined and still hadn't woken up.
So as of now, the wrestler has woken up. You know, he was told that on the phone conversation, which you'll hear in a moment.
Hello?
I told you to double leg that motherfucker and start welding. I just saw the video.
Shit pissed me off though, Andre.
I understand that, but now they can't wake the nigga up.
Sheesh.
He's fucking in the ring, fucking flatline, bro.
My bad.
You didn't have to do all that shit. I understand y'all had heat.
My bad ain't gonna cut it, cuz. Yeah, I seen a video with Rampage, his father looking at the video, but just he couldn't even say nothing. He was just looking at it he was just looking at the video with just disgust, like, damn. Yep, Dre Static said it. This could be another tactic to portray us in a certain way. Yeah, I mean, some of this stuff can be what y'all think. The LAPD got this under investigation. See, this is where it gets deep right here. This is where the deep dive part comes in. Could it be staged? Wait, hold on for a minute. Hold on. Let's just take a thought about this. You know, let's observe this. It looked pretty real though, didn't it? But it's just strange that the LAPD didn't come right for him. That's the part that throws me off. The LAPD, a beating like that, you would think they would have been picked him up by now. This is like a day old. And it's all over the internet. It's viral. Yeah, Real 80 says, I feel bad for the Rampage. He built a good legacy. Overnight shame. Yeah, because, you know, people are blaming the father. Like, you know, who raised you? Who raised you? Yeah, Guyana says maybe his dad is protecting him. Somebody said, look at the punches. They didn't even land on dude. Nah, you see all that blood on his shirt. Somebody said, can you play the video again, man? I could play that again. Them punches landed. I watched the dirty version. The dirty version's still on YouTube. And that's the crazy part, that they just leave that up. How is it not violating terms and services? That's why I'm playing the clean version. How is this not violating terms and services, y'all? I mean, I watched the dirty version, bro. He was hitting them. It's still online. But could this be fake to fuel more racial tension? I don't know. It's hard to tell these days. Because you know they want a race war. You know they want us to be divided. Look,
his punches, CNC slams him down and instantly knocks out the guy. And instead of pulling his punches, he just starts knocking him out, throwing haymakers nonstop until the guy starts bleeding. And you can see the wrestlers behind their shock. I'm not too sure whether this is part of the entertainment. Look at the guy in the back. They just all start coming up, grabbing him, pulling him away from the knocked out wrestler. You can see it's like bleeding from the corner of his head. Yeah, so
bro, I had to throw that thought out there because it's wrestling, but it looked like that's real. That's real. That's bad, man. That's bad. That's bad. And then you can tell afterwards, man. These are real emotions here.
Everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro. At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro. Real shit.
Now, Raja is banned on kick, but it seems like the kick ban might be the least of his worries, as he was later told that the wrestler he had attacked had just flatlined and still hadn't woken up.
Hello?
I told you to double leg that motherfucker and start welding. I just saw the video.
Shit pissed me off though, Andre.
I understand that, but now they can't wake the nigga up. He's fucking in the ring.
He was like, what the hell was that, bro? I told you to get a lick back. I told you to get a slap in or something, you know? You know, maybe bring a beer can in the ring and you smack him with a beer can. What was that? I didn't tell you to get in there and try to kill the man. Yep, look, I see. Latoya Warrior, she says, them YT boys want to see him fail playing in his face. Yeah, they were gassing him up. See, I think there was a misunderstanding there. I think there was a misunderstanding there where, you know, these are two different worlds colliding. These were two different worlds colliding. Dre says you can't tell someone how to react to disrespect either. I gotta agree with that. That's true. We can't tell somebody how to act when being disrespected. That's why you gotta have respect for people. You gotta respect all people. Now I want to go to something interesting. I'm gonna play this off, and I'm gonna go to Rob Van Dam, what he had to say about the situation.
My bad. I'll call you back later.
That's a good question. Who recorded Raja walking outside? Who's recording this part? Who is recording this?
On hearing that, Raja decided to immediately end the stream. So here's a clip of Rampage Jackson reacting to the news.
I guess it was his team, you know. It was a stream, so
you can see the disbelief in his face when he hears it.
My son might be getting arrested or something. Oh yeah. My son got in a fight at a pro wrestling event. I'm watching the stream. I'll be back, sir. I'm gonna go find out. I'm gonna go to the mic.
Son had just done. So the situation is still developing, and if the reports are true, this could go way beyond a kick ban. We are talking lawsuits, jail time, and maybe even worse.
Yeah, man, that's a sad situation now. There was one person that had a take on all of this. Let's just go there real quick. And that's Rob Van Dam. He spoke on this. Let's see if I can share that real quick.
I'm drinking a coffee and it's Vegas and it's hot. So if I start sweating, if Psycho Stu would have hit him with the can in the back, and I don't know if he knew it was coming or not. You know, the story out there is that Raja didn't know that he was going to get hit with a can. The way he reacted kind of looked like he didn't know he was going to get hit with it. If that is the story, then let me just pose this question. If he Raja would have punched Stu in the mouth right then, how many people would then say, well, then that's fair, then he deserved it? because I do agree to Bob Holly.
Well, the problem with that is, Raja didn't punch him right in the face right then and there. He probably would have been better off doing that. Not saying that we cool, get in the ring and hit him with a 20 hit combo after the man was knocked out.
And then wait until you're in the ring and, expecting cooperation to do it isn't the right move. But if anybody said, well, you know what, if he didn't expect it and someone hit him with a can and he punched him in the mouth, I think I would have been all right with that. Let me ask you this. What if that one punch would have knocked the dude out? He hit the back of his head. The punch knocked his teeth in and he's laying on his back, unconscious, and he's choking on his blood and teeth.
Well, and that's a good analysis, because honestly, if he did do that, we know that Middle America still would have demonized. They still would have demonized Raja. Like if the boy slammed a can in his head and Raja hit him with a killer instinct combo right there on a spot and dropped him, we the people would have been like, well, that's what he got. That's what he get. We would have said, that's what he get. Keep your hands to yourself. But the fact that it was premeditated like that, the fact that he was like, I'm cool. He got in the ring and he did what he did. It is what it is. Yeah, that's another good observation. Real 80 says, what if that can would have severely injured Raja? So, it goes into respect and boundaries. It goes into keeping your hands to yourself. And with a lot of these issues like the Cincinnati brawl and all of these different scenarios that I have covered, that has been the common denominator. That has been my common take on all of this. Keep your hands to yourself, because you don't know how somebody's going to react to disrespect, and you can't possibly calculate what's going to take place. Somebody said it's a prop, they use it for wrestling. I don't know. The boy did look like he was drunk a little bit, but it could have been a prop, but we haven't confirmed that. Yuda's own says Brock Lesnar slammed Hardcore Holly on his neck on purpose and took him out for months. Nobody cared. That's interesting. Yep. Somebody says it wasn't a prop. That was the beer he was drinking. That's what I believe too. Believe that was a real beer. Now let's hear a little bit more what Rob Van Dam got to say.
One punch that was delivered immediately after the crack. Does that change anything? Because I watch so many videos of people that die from one punch or even a push. Sometimes, it's as much as a push when somebody hits the back of their head or something crazy happens and they end up dying, if not being paralyzed from it. I want to.
Yeah. Now that's the thing. Like that can could have really cut Raja's face open, bro. He could have turned the wrong direction. That can could have opened up Raja's eye, bro. He could have took his eye out with that. Like you gotta keep your hands to yourself. Yeah, that's a good question. Why would Raj go hang out with wrestlers, bring cameras, and talk trash and not expect confrontation? Yeah, the question is like, why was he there in the first place? It's a good question. Why was he there? Yep.
Present that scenario out there because it seems to be accepted by everyone in the IWC that the hitting with a can, if he truly didn't know anything about it, wasn't a big deal. And this might be a case where the wrestling fans are going to tell me how it works in the wrestling business. Some of them might want to write in and tell me what a receipt is, like, what do I know? But the wrestling dressing room is not an environment where somebody could go up to somebody that they don't know and hit them in the head with a can without them knowing it. Okay.
Right. And that's probably why they're investigating. The LAP is investigating. Have been no arrests made because, you know, hey, the pro wrestler, that's considered aggravated assault. That's not professional at all. So, you know, they would both go to jail, essentially. They would both, if we're following the law here and Roger gets the right lawyers, they're both going to jail. And, you know, the pro wrestler goes to jail after getting a bad beating. I mean, think about it. That's assault. You don't just hit somebody with a beer can without having it in the script, without having some type of agreement going on. But how many of y'all believe that the pro wrestler really did think that it was part of the show and didn't know?
Now, can you imagine like me with a chair in the dressing room, just looking like, hey, you're a wrestler, crack, and smacking him in the head with it? That would not be acceptable. I wouldn't do, and a lot of people are like, well, there's a big difference between a little tap, and a lot of people want to call it a prop can. I don't know. But a lot of people, if they think, well, a chair smashed to the head's a lot different. Is it? I mean, is it by the law? Is it if you're out on the street? You know, if you're on the sidewalk and you see, I don't know, let's say a gang of 4 black hood-looking dudes coming up.
Here come the race. Here come the race-specific stuff. You know they got to go there.
Coming out from an album store or whatever, you go crack one of them on the head with that can. Do you think they're going to think, well, at least it wasn't a chair smash to the face?
Right. Just like that Russian guy thought it was okay to slap those black folks coming out to jazz festival. He thought that was okay. And what happened afterwards was the molly whopping and the jolly stomping of their life. And when it comes to the Cincinnati beating, you can feel how you want to feel about it. I don't like that it happened. For the record, I don't like that it happened, but I see why it happened. Let me repeat that. I don't like that the Cincinnati beating happened and that woman is, you know, all lumped up and stuff. I don't like that it happened, but I see why it happened. Yeah, you just don't walk up on somebody and slap them with a beer can. You don't do that.
I mean, you know, that wasn't that big of a deal because just being a wrestler doesn't make it okay. I can tell you this. I wouldn't expect, even the wrestlers that I know that are friends of mine, I wouldn't expect to be able to go up to them without them knowing, bam, and crack a can without them at least smacking me. Right. And now you're talking about someone that's not your friend, someone that you're seething over. As a matter of fact, someone that you're boiling over for the whole.
Yeah, and then, you know, for all the people viewing in the background who's so judgmental, I think Roger did go too far. But let me ask y'all a question. You just meet some people for the first time. One of the guys get up, slap you with the beer can that he's drinking, cracks it over your head. What do? Come on now. Keep it real with me. What do you do? No, I know I don't have to open up a poll here. Do you defend yourself, yay or nay? Somebody said if you smack a can on somebody's head without them knowing in the streets, they're going to stab you. They're going to stab you. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, I don't think we wouldn't have made it to the ring. Yep, same here, real 80s. That fight would have happened right there. It wouldn't have been no sneaking. What Roger did, that's some diabolical stuff he did. Like that's kind of like, you know, It's cowardice. Let's just call it what it is. That was the coward way of dealing with it. Or he could have been like, you know what? We're going to shoot the fade right now. Nah, because you got all these people around. We're going to shoot that fade right now. Or I'm leaving. Because soon as you cross that barrier, that's for real, honestly, that's a reflex. Somebody slap you. Somebody get up. I'm going to tell you, somebody stand up in your face, get too close, and just pluck your nose. Your reflexes is going to lay them out. Most of us, if you get up in our face in a threatening posture and pluck our nose, you getting hit with a Hadouken. I'm telling you that right now. You and that beer you got in your hand gonna be laid out. You're gonna be stretched right across that parking lot. Telling you right now. That's why I tell people, keep your damn hands to yourself. You don't know what people gonna do. You do not know what people gonna do. Yeah, you getting hit with one of them Jago combos right there on the spot. That's why I don't know, man. Some stuff I be seeing it, and I gotta evaluate it. I don't be knowing if it be real or fake going on in the media sometimes, man. Cause none of it makes sense. Why the police ain't got involved yet? Why? I just got so many questions.
Time and you're thinking this guy's trying to make me look like a bitch, right? So let's start at the beginning, okay? Right. Raja doesn't know shit about wrestling. That's what I understand. I heard it from him.
RVD is a legend. I used to rock with RVD when he was in WWE. Well, it was WWF at the time, and he did some time in WCW. In case y'all don't know who RVD is, that's the brother of Rob Van Dam, the movie star. When I was growing up, it was all kind of action films with Rob Van Dam in it.
Saying on the stream before he gets to the event, he says, you know, my boy's got this wrestling event. I'm going to go and support. I don't know shit about wrestling, and I believe him. He says he's got concussion symptoms. His head is really fucking with him a lot, and he's been having an upset stomach. This is something that a lot of the haters want to...
I stand corrupted. I corrected. ECW. ECW is what Rob Van Dam was in. Thank you for that. So y'all hearing it, Rob Van Dam saying the boy didn't know nothing about wrestling. He didn't know nothing about that world.
On the stream before he gets to the event, he says, you know, my boy's got this wrestling event. I'm going to go and support. I don't know shit about wrestling, and I believe him. He says he's got concussion symptoms. His head is really fucking with him a lot, and he's been having an upset stomach. This is something that a lot of the haters...
Jean-Claude Van Damme is what did I say? I don't know. Rob Van Dam was the brother of Jean-Claude Van Damme, right? Ain't that what I said? Anyway.
Want to blow off. They don't believe concussion symptoms are real, but they want to say I got CTE, and that's why I put that post out. You know, I don't know if they're trying to be funny, but you can't have it both ways. He's concussed, and I don't know the guy. He doesn't seem like he's the sharpest tool in the shed.
Yeah, he doesn't seem attuned to things, you know.
Yeah, and you know, I watched another video of him and his dad, and I love Rampage. I'm definitely not burying him, but it looks like a hard love kind of relation.
Rob Van Dam trying to say that, you know, Roger wasn't all that bright, wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer. And I don't know about that, man. That's kind of an insult right there. But anyway, let's continue.
And yeah, a very different dynamic of father and son that you're not used to seeing, I think, right?
Yeah, and it looks like the kid really wants the approval of his dad, you know, that he's tough, that he's a heterosexual man. And and there's a lot of pressure there,
Mhm.
and I can see that.
Sure.
And that's why the scriptures say, fathers, provoke not your sons and daughters to anger. Provoke not them to anger. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them walking around trying to prove themselves to the world, trying to prove that they good enough for dad's love. And you know what I mean? You got to treat your sons with a level of sternness. In some regards, you got to be action oriented. You gotta show them you love them and that you're proud of them. You gotta let your sons know, man, I'm proud of you, man. You gotta tell them, look, son, I'm proud of you. Cause you don't want Rodgers walking around here just with something to prove. Cause I really think that's what set him over the top. What really sent Roger over the top is he felt like he had something to prove. Yep. He's like they was calling him a bitch all day. And he just felt a certain way.
Yes. And so anyway, he's got a concussion. When we see the can smash thing, we talked about that. I don't know, like this. How
you want me to play it, Rob? I have it.
Yeah, let's play it.
Here's the can smash, everybody.
Okay.
You know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
I think that's
No, that was definitely beer in that can, bro. I seen the beer fly in the air. Somebody said I seen videos of his dad, Rampage, calling him a B. Wow. That's provoking your son to anger, man. You don't do that. I seen that beer come out. But he hit him with the can in a wrestling way. Like, wrestlers, they know how to make it look like it's hitting with an impact, but they kind of pull back a little bit. He hit him with one of them wrestling hits. But it was beer in that can. It was a real can. See right there, look, you had all that space and opportunity.
There's a lot of pressure there,
Mhm.
and I can see that.
Sure. Yes.
And so anyway, he's got a concussion. When we see the can smash thing, we talked about that. I don't know, like this. How
you want me to play it, Rob? I have it.
Yeah, let's play it.
Here's the can smash, everybody.
Okay.
You know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah, I don't see why his reflex wasn't to pop off. All that space and time.
He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it?
Dude, he's not a fucking
Bro.
worker, bro.
What the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, I will fuck him
we're
up,
good.
bro.
I know
No,
you will.
no.
We're good.
All right, so there was the can shot right there.
And leading up to that, what you didn't play was, he's talking to a couple guys, and then he's asking, "Where's so and so?" And then that guy said, "You don't need to worry about him. You just need to worry about Psycho.
Yeah.
I'm right here." And he's like, "Who the fuck are you? You don't know who I?" That's what was going on there, which it looks like it would be like a setup kind of thing. And obviously Stu thought it was set up. They both look very set up to me separately. It looks like Stu was set up, and it also looks like Raja was completely set up by everybody.
Yeah, they was all in on it, man. They set that up. They set that boy up for failure, man. They set that man up for failure. Let me see. Let's read a few of these comments. Somebody said an empty can. No, I seen some beer fly out. He was drinking out that can. Yup. Guyana, she says probably from his dad bullying him. He's probably used to it. But he got fed up this time, it looks like. Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation. I'll be keeping my eyes on that to see if he gets arrested or not. It is what it is, man. Everybody got to keep their hands to themselves. But yeah, they definitely put him in a trick bag. They was gassing him up the whole day. They was poking fun, taking shots. You know, yeah, they definitely used him for clout. That's what it really was. He got used in this situation. He didn't have the emotional intelligence to be around those people. Should have never been there in the first place. His team, whoever was filming, you know, whoever his team is, they supposed to set up better gigs for him. Hopefully the man learns his lesson from that, or you know, he gets the reform he needs. He needs some type of reform, whether it's mental health reform, whatever the case is. But yeah, keep your hands to yourself. One love to y'all. Y'all be blessed. More material coming. Thank y'all. Peace.